You might want to buckle up for this one, because I'm about to share a bombshell story with you that's fact, not fiction. At least that's according to Lou Elizondo, who vouched for the authenticity of this article. Coming soon to a movie theater and bookshelf near you is the intriguing life story of Scott Andrews, a former senior U.S. soldier and decorated intelligence officer who had a 36-year military career. But everything changed one day when Mr. Andrews returned from an overseas mission, because he started to suffer from rare, life-threatening ailments. But much to his surprise and the doctor's disbelief, his body began to unexpectedly heal itself, and he began to exhibit special, inexplicable abilities such as remote viewing. And for those of you that don't know what remote viewing is,
so remote viewing is defined as a human cognitive capability to observe things separated by space and time.
This portion of Mr. Andrews' story immediately reminded me of slide number 9 from the ATIP presentation that was accidentally leaked from Chris Mellon's website, because one of the bullet points listed is cognitive human interface. And when interface is defined, it means a place at which unrelated systems meet and communicate with each other. So in Mr. Andrews' case, he claims to have the human cognitive capability to observe or interface with things that are separated by both space and time. And he might have the ability to do so by exploiting an anomaly in the space-time construct, which also just so happens to be mentioned in a bullet point on slide number 9. Additionally, slide number 9 leads me to speculate that the remote viewing phenomena might be explainable through quantum physics. And it should be noted that the CIA definitely has, and that Lou Elizondo is rumored to have dabbled in remote viewing. But back to Mr. Andrews. When he started searching for more information about his health, he found a file that had startling information in it that was left behind by his late father. Contained within it were records of Mr. Andrews' past that he didn't even remember, including documents that indicate that he was removed from school for weeks at a time, from 1st grade to the 12th grade for reasons unknown. He was also shocked to find records that indicated that he was honorably discharged from the Air Force, but to this day he still has no recollection of ever serving in the Air Force. Andrews eventually got put in contact with a doctor that had formerly worked for the CIA, who helped him to begin to put the pieces of his past together. But it wasn't long after meeting with the doctor that Mr. Andrews began to experience symptoms similar to Havana syndrome. An investigation followed, and it was determined that Mr. Andrew had been targeted by an advanced energy weapon. And while I think this story has everything to do with a runaway military-industrial complex, and nothing to do with understanding the UFO phenomenon, let's go to Lou Elizondo for a second opinion.
I don't think a discussion on remote viewing has anything to do with UAPs.